Xerify, formerly Strikeforce Technologies, is focusing on secure video conferencing. And with me is the CEO, Mark Kaye, and also George Waller, the Executive Vice President. Great to have you back here at the NASDAQ. And you recently rebranded, so let's start with that. You, of course, we talked several times and you were Strikeforce, now you're Xerify. So what was the strategy behind the name change?
Yeah, and we had tons of questions about that, and it wasn't just it was really a specific thing we did over 6 months ago. We decided we need a new name, we need to change ourselves because we're doing everything around the video conferencing. It was a brand new product, it just went live this year, beginning of the year, and we're refocusing all of our products around the video conferencing. And it's not just a simple video conference product, it actually does a lot more and authenticates every single person ever getting onto it, which is the only product out there that does it that way. So we feel it's the best and biggest, and now it runs beautifully, by the way, if anybody ever wants to buy it, but it's the best product out there. And it's securing. It does 3 products in one. So all the other products like Zoom and WebEx and Teams, they use one product. It's just looking at you and seeing you while you're in your conference. We have an authentication piece running with it. We have another piece running with it that secures your camera, your video, your audio, all of that at the same time. So it's a very unique deal, and the whole company is based on that. And now that's why we decided to change the name. And we worked with a company called Dark Roast Media that actually worked with us for 6 months. They gave us over 1,600 names,
oh my goodness,
of which we went through a long, long process getting through that. And then we decided Xerify makes sense. You know, verify with Xerify and many other themes you can say with, and it was just one syllable. So getting that out there is very difficult. It's taken us 6, 7 months, and we're still doing it, but it's almost all there.
Yeah, okay. And George, tell me about the Zero Trust platform. Is that this new secure video conferencing platform?
Well, Zero Trust is a framework, and it's put out by NIST, which is the National Institute of Standards and Technology, and they're basically they're the gurus for the government, federal, and all highly regulated industries. So Zero Trust is a concept that's based on one simple thing: never trust, always verify. Never trust, always verify.
Ronald Reagan, or did he?
Yeah, I think
something like that,
George Waller.
So what we did was we took that concept of zero trust and we built it into, as Mark said, our video conferencing platform and solutions. So we now have 3 solutions. We have our Xerify Meet, which is based on zero trust video conferencing, where we authenticate every user every time prior to coming into a conference. We have our Xerify Defender, which basically locks down the desktop, meaning the camera, the microphone, the speakers, the keyboard, the clipboard, all the aspects that a hacker with malware could steal to steal your video conferencing. And then we have our Xerify API, which enables you to embed secure video conferencing into an existing app like a CRM or an ERP or a legacy application. So the last thing I'll say about it is that Xerify is the only cybersecurity company that is specializing in zero trust secure video conferencing.
Okay, interesting. And Mark, can you share an update on Pushforce?
Sure. Well, obviously we're picking on Pushforce because we got a lot of questions, a lot of emails, but Pushforce is a client that we brought on. We signed the contract with them about almost a year ago, and they are a major retail company that sells to the marketplace, and they have a lot of clients, and they have a couple major clients. So they're not quite ready yet to go live, but this is the first client we've ever brought on to use our API, our Xerify API, which does the video conferencing, but it does it at their leisure. You know, they decide where in the program that they're going to do it, and then they do it right there and then. They don't have to get us involved, and it's a great video conference at that time. And we see many uses for that going forward, and we're trying to figure out other companies to work with to get that done too. They're just running very late because they're having a hard time in this pandemic period to hire the right people. And it's very difficult, but they're talking to us every week. They're very close to getting it ready. They expect to have the first couple clients out in the next couple of weeks and then move on to the large clients. So we still feel this is a major client for us using our API.
Yeah. And George, I mean, I understand you have a lot of customers signing up for pilots. So can you elaborate on that?
Sure. So as Mark said, we rebranded like 6 months ago. And when we rebranded, we hired a new PR firm, Bospar, to start our outreach. We hired Dark Roast to do the rebranding and also build us a new website, which is just about done. They've been bringing it in every week, a little bit, some more of the pages, and we're just about finished. And then we hired Opgen, which is one of the country's leading digital marketing firms. So we had to wait till the website was done so we could get all of this marketing built around it, right? Now the website's just about done. We started phase 1 of 3 phases, and already in just phase 1, which was basic marketing, we are now receiving trial requests each and every day, multiple trial requests. And we hired, as Mark said in one of his last interviews, we hired a bunch of salespeople that are now working with those trial people to get them on the system, to get them what we call onboarded, train them how to use the system. And we encourage everyone to try our system because we give a 30-day free trial. Just use it 30 days, no commitment. Even when you sign on with us, there's no commitment. You just use it on a monthly basis. And we're hearing the same exact thing from every one of the people that we're trialing. They all said we were looking for a secure video conferencing system, and we know that our existing system is vulnerable, and we're concerned about compliance. So that's one of the leading drivers of why people are using our system, to be compliant and secure.
Okay. So Mark, at Forrester Group named Xerify Meet as one of the top 25 communication platforms. So congratulations. And what do you think was behind that decision?
Well, first of all, that was a major surprise to us. I mean, we didn't even know that was happening. We are not a client of Forrester, let me be clear. We weren't, and we're not going to be, but they still list us as one of the top 25. We're the only cybersecurity company in the 25, and we're the only ones that do video conferencing in the 25. So we know we've got the most secure video conferencing product out there. It truly authenticates every individual every time, and it definitely is by far the best that is secure. We're not recommending it for everybody, even though we are, but they don't have to buy it. And it's the same price as all the others, and actually lower than the others as well. But it's a great tool. It works very well, and it definitely keeps you very secure. Minimally, you're secured with an OTP, one-time password, automatically. And all you have to do is hit join now in order to get onto the conference. So it's very easy to use.
So easy to use and secure.
And it's very secure.
Exactly.
So, which is great. So, okay, so George, there was a survey recently. What was that about? What kind of light did that shine on things?
You know, surveys could go either way, right? And you could put out a survey and hope for the best and be surprised sometimes. Well, we were surprised, very happily surprised. We knew there was a strong need for secure video conferencing ever since the pandemic started. And we researched it, we contacted a lot of people, but now we actually went out, we hired a professional company to do a blind survey. They went out and they contacted 1,000 major enterprise companies, and those companies had between 1,000 employees and 20,000+ employees. So these are large companies. And we asked them 25 questions, and I'll give you 3 that were very exciting. I mean, they're all very exciting for us, but 3 that were especially. Number 1, 69%, and by the way, we did only C-level, IT, C-level, chief compliance, chief privacy officers. 69% of them had a breach or they were attacked within the last 12 months. 69% of the companies that we surveyed were breached or attacked. 92% of them said that they are aware that their current video conferencing system has severe cybersecurity vulnerabilities. 86% of them told us that they have adopted a zero trust cyber policy, so anything zero trust fits within their strategy. And lastly, 97.7% of the people said if there's a solution that could help augment my existing system, what I have, then I would want to know about it immediately. And as Mark brought up before, one of our solutions, Defender, was specifically designed to actually help people with Zoom, with Teams, with WebEx, with all the other video conferencing platforms. We actually make each of those platforms more secure than the manufacturer does.
Yeah. Interesting. Okay, so finally, just, I mean, and you touched on this a little bit, your major marketing campaign. I mean, what can you tell us about that?
Okay, so we just signed a major marketing campaign where over the next 18 months, there's a lot going on. So obviously we have our digital marketing, which is our PR and digital marketing, but now on additional marketing, we just signed a contract to do commercials on television. We'll be showing them all over TV, from CNN, MSNBC, Fox Business, Bloomberg, you name it. We'll be starting to air multiple commercials. Probably in a couple of weeks, they'll start airing. We also just picked up 9 billboards here in Times Square, where we'll be running our ads over the next 18 months every day. 5 days a week, our ads will be running on these billboards. We're starting a webinar series. We're starting a new podcast series. And this is all on top of our digital marketing. So there are so many aspects of our marketing, and that's why I'm so excited. I'm so thrilled, because with no marketing, we already had companies calling us saying, we need your solutions. With marketing, where now that's Mark's concern about, we got to grow fast enough to handle the crowd.
Hey.
Well, and I will look for those commercials and the billboards, since we're right here in Times Square. So great to hear about the rebranding, and it sounds like you've got this amazing strategy plotted going forward. So
We do.
Thank you, Mark and George.
Thank you so much.
Thank
Shane.
you.
Yep.
Appreciate it.
Appreciate it.